Welcome to my channel Bookish English. Stop scrolling. Right now, how many years have you been learning English? 1 year? 3 years? Maybe even more? And still, when someone speaks fast, your mind goes blank. Your mouth stays closed. You smile and you say nothing. This is not bad luck. This is a mistake. A mistake you have been making for years without even knowing it. By the end of this video, you will know the real reason your ears cannot catch English. You will learn how to train your brain, step by step. You will learn how to stop translating in your head, and you will get a simple plan that can change your English in just 30 days. But if you leave now, none of this changes. Tomorrow will feel exactly like today. Stay, watch, till the end. Chapter 1. The real reason you're stuck. Stop for a moment. Think about this. How many months have you spent learning English? Maybe 1 year. Maybe 3 years. Maybe even more. You opened books. You watched videos. You wrote new words in your notebook again and again. And still, when someone speaks English fast, your brain goes blank. You smile. You nod. But inside, you understand almost nothing. If this is you, I want you to hear something today. You are not stupid. You are not too slow. You are not too old. But there is one big mistake hiding inside your learning, and today we are going to find it. Here is the truth. Nobody tells beginners. Your problem is not grammar. Your problem is not vocabulary. You probably know more words than you think. The real problem is much simpler and much bigger. Your ears were never trained. Nobody trained them. Not your school, not your teacher, not your books. For years, you learned English with your eyes. You read sentences. You read rules. You read lists of words. But spoken English is not the same as written English. Spoken English is fast. It is connected. Words mix together like water. Reading and listening are two different skills. They live in two different parts of your brain. And if you only trained one of them, the other one stayed weak. Years passed. The weak skill never grew. That is why you feel stuck. Let me show you what this really looks like. Read this sentence in your head. What are you doing? Easy, right? You understand every word. Now imagine a friend says this sentence fast, in real life. What you doing? To your brain, this can sound like one strange word. Not 3 words, one sound. And your brain freezes. This is not because you are weak in English. This is because your ears never practiced this sound before. Your eyes know the sentence. Your ears do not. Think about watching a movie with subtitles. You feel okay. You follow the story. You feel proud. Then, for 10 seconds, the subtitles disappear. Suddenly, you are lost. You do not know what happened. The actors keep talking. You feel your stomach drop. This is not bad luck. This is proof. Your eyes were doing all the work. Your ears were doing almost nothing. Or think about this one. You are in a coffee shop. The person behind the counter asks you something fast. You do not catch it. Your brain goes blank for 1 second. And what do? You smile. And you say, yes. Even if the real answer should be no, this has happened to you. Maybe many times. And every time, it hurts a little. It feels like proof that you are not good enough. But it is not proof of that. It is proof of one thing only. Your ears are still untrained. Now here is the part that should give you hope. Real research on language learning shows something simple and powerful. Your brain learns language mainly through patterns. Patterns of sound. Patterns of rhythm. Patterns you hear again and again until your brain starts to recognize them on its own. This is how children learn their first language. They listen for months before they speak even one word. Nobody gives a baby a grammar book. The brain learns by hearing again and again until the sounds start to make sense. As an adult, you can train this same system, but only if you give your ears the practice they were never given before. So say this with me in your heart. Right now, you are not weak. You are untrained. Read that again. You are not weak. You are untrained. This is the most important sentence in this whole video. Because weak means something is broken inside you. Untrained means something was simply never taught. And untrained things can be trained, starting today. Before we go further, I want you to do one small thing. Just think about it. Do not write anything yet. Think about the last time you watched a video or talked to a real person in English with no subtitles, no translation app, nothing to help you. Be honest with yourself. How much did you really understand? 20%? 50%? Almost nothing? Whatever the number is, do not feel shame. This number is your starting point, not your final score. Your starting point. Now ask yourself one harder question. How long have you felt stuck like this? 1 year? 3 years? 5 years? Sit with that number for a second. Because here is the harsh truth. If nothing changes today, you will feel exactly the same on this day next year. Same confusion. Same silence. Same fear when someone speaks fast. 1 more year gone, with nothing different. That is the cost of waiting. But it does not have to be this way. In this video, I am going to give you a real method to train your ears step by step. Not magic, not a shortcut. A real training plan simple enough for an absolute beginner, and powerful enough to change how you understand English. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what to do, and you can start in the next 10 minutes. In the next part, I will explain something most learners never understand. Why slow English is not easy English, or baby English. It is the exact training your brain needs before it can ever handle fast English. This is the missing piece, and once you understand it, everything starts to make sense. Chapter 2: Train your brain with slow English. I want to talk about something many learners feel, but never say out loud. Maybe you have felt it too. You watch a slow English video, like this one, and a small voice inside you whispers, "This is too easy. This is for children. I already know these words." So you stop watching slow videos. You jump straight into real movies, real news, real conversations between native speakers. And what happens? The words fly past you like cars on a highway at night. You catch nothing. You feel embarrassed. So you run back to your books, back to grammar rules, back to reading lists of words. And the cycle continues, month after month, year after year. Too easy on one side, too hard on the other, and nothing safe in the middle. If this is you, I have something important to tell you. Both feelings, too easy and too hard, are signs of the exact same problem. There is no middle step, and without a middle step, your brain has nowhere safe to grow. Let me explain this in a simple way. Think about your brain like a muscle. If you want strong arms, you do not start by lifting the heaviest weight in the gym on day one. That would hurt you. You would probably give up after one try. Instead, you start with a lighter weight. You lift it again and again. Slowly, your muscle grows stronger. Then you add a little more weight. Then a little more. Step by step, your strength builds, until one day, the heavy weight feels normal. Slow English works exactly like that light weight. It is not babyish. It is not a waste of time. It is the correct training weight for your brain, right now, today. Fast native English is the heavy weight. You will lift it one day, but not yet. And jumping straight to it, without training first, is not brave, it is just unsafe. That is why you felt lost, not because you are weak, but because you tried to lift something your brain was not trained for yet. Here is something every parent already knows, even if they never think about it this way. A baby does not speak for a long time. Months and months pass. The baby just listens. Mother's voice, father's voice. Simple words, repeated again and again. Slow, clear, warm sounds, said over and over, every single day. Nobody rushes a baby into fast adult conversations. The baby's brain is quietly building patterns, sound by sound, until one day, words start to come out. As an adult learning English, you can use this same natural process. But here is the good news. You do not need months and months like a baby. Your adult brain is faster. You already understand the idea of language. You just need to give your ears the same kind of slow, clear, repeated input, on purpose, and your brain will start building patterns much faster than a baby's brain ever could. This is not just a nice idea. This is how real learning works. Your brain remembers sound patterns when it hears them again and again. The more you hear a simple sentence, the more that sentence becomes part of your memory, not as separate words, but as one smooth pattern. And here is something powerful. Learning sticks much better when it is connected to something real, something you can feel or imagine. A story about a tired morning, a cup of coffee, a walk in the park. These things stay in your memory far longer than a random list of words with no feeling behind them. So how do you actually use this? I want you to picture a ladder, not a big, scary ladder, a small one, with steps close together. Each step is one small level up. Here is how you climb it. Start with slow English on a topic you can mostly follow, maybe 70 or 80%.
我知道吧？
Listen to that same short piece more than once. The first time, some parts will feel blurry. The second time, more parts become clear. The third time, it starts to feel almost easy. That is your sign. That step is ready. Now, and only now, you move one small step up. Maybe slightly faster speech. Maybe a slightly longer story. Just one step. Never two steps at once. Never jump from a small step straight to a huge one. This is the ladder. Slow, steady, one step at a time, and it always moves forward. Here is something that might surprise you. Even native English speakers do not think about grammar rules while they talk. They are not checking verb tenses in their head before every sentence. Their brain learned English through years of patterns, heard again and again, until speaking became automatic. You are building that same automatic system now, just in a smarter, faster way, using slow English on purpose. Let us try something together, right now. Say this phrase slowly, out loud. I do not know. Say it again, slowly. I do not know. Now say it fast, the way people really talk. I dunno. Did you hear how different it sounded? To your ears, before today, that fast version might have felt like a strange, unknown sound. But it is the exact same words, just connected together. This is what slow English does. It lets your brain meet the slow version first, clearly, calmly. Later, when you hear the fast version, your brain already has something to connect it to. It is not a stranger anymore. It is a friend you already met. So here is the truth I want you to hold on to. Your problem was never English. Your problem was the order. You tried to run before you learned to walk. You tried to lift the heavy weight before training the muscle. That is not a failure of who you are. That is simply the wrong order. And orders can be fixed. But there is one more thing in they already fast. One habit that can quietly block all of this, even if you listen to slow English every single day. A habit so common, almost every beginner does it without noticing. In the next part, I am going to show you exactly what this habit is and exactly how to start breaking it, starting today. Chapter 3. Stop translating in your head. I want to talk about a habit, a quiet habit, a habit so common that almost every beginner does it every single day without even noticing. This habit feels helpful. It feels safe. But it might be the biggest reason your English still feels slow, heavy, and tiring. The habit is this. You hear an English word. And before you understand it, your brain runs to your first language. It translates the word. Then it translates the next word, and the next. By the time your brain finishes translating one sentence, the other person has already said 2 more sentences. You are still working on the first one. This is why conversations feel exhausting. This is why your brain feels tired after just a few minutes of English. You are not just listening. You are doing double work every single second. Think about a real conversation. Someone asks you a simple question. In your head, you translate the question into your own language. Then you think of the answer in your own language. Then you translate that answer back into English. Then, finally, you speak. But by this time, 3 or 4 seconds have passed. To you, it feels like 1 second. But to the other person, It feels like a long, strange silence. They look at you. Maybe they ask again, slower this time, because they think you did not hear them, but you did hear them. Your ears worked fine. The problem was the long road your brain had to travel, from English to your language, back to English again. That road is the real problem. Not your English. The road. Here is something important. Translation was not always your enemy. On your very first day learning English, translation was useful. It was the only tool you had. When you had 0 English words in your head, translation was your bridge. It helped you connect a new, strange sound to something you already understood. That was good. That was needed. But here is the harsh truth. A tool that helps you on day 1 can slowly become a wall on day 1000. The bridge that once helped you cross over now blocks you from moving forward. You do not need that bridge anymore for simple words, but your brain kept using it anyway, out of habit. And that old habit is now slowing down everything new you try to learn. So what is the new way? The new way is this. Instead of translating, you connect the English word directly to its meaning, directly to a picture, directly to a feeling, directly to an action. No detour. No second language standing in the middle. Just English, going straight into meaning. I call this the picture habit. Here is how it works. When you hear or read a simple sentence, do not translate it. Instead, for just 1 second, picture it, feel it, almost live it inside your mind. Let me show you with real examples. Take the sentence, open the door, to Sentenrennen. Do not translate this sentence into your language. Instead, picture a hand. Picture that hand touching a door handle. Picture the door opening. That picture is the meaning. You do not need any other words around it. Now take another sentence. I am tired. Do not search for the matching words in your language. Instead, feel it. Feel heavy eyes. Feel a body that wants to rest. That feeling is the meaning of the sentence. This is real understanding. Not word-for-word translation, but direct connection between English and meaning. Here is why this matters so much, beyond just lessons and videos. Imagine you are in a place, and someone suddenly shouts a warning in English. Maybe, watch out. If your brain first translates this into your language, then understands it, then reacts, you have already lost important time. But if your brain connects the sound directly to danger, directly to the feeling of needing to move, you react immediately. This is not only about exams or lessons. This is about real life, real moments, real safety. Now here is something that should give you hope. You already do this, for some words. Right now, somewhere in your mind, think about the word hello. When someone says hello to you, do you stop and translate it first? Or do you simply know it, instantly, with no extra step? For most learners, hello needs no translation. It goes straight into meaning. The same is often true for words like yes, no, and stop. These words already live directly inside your understanding, with no detour. This proves something powerful. Direct understanding is not impossible for you. It is not some special gift only other people have. You already do it, for some words, every single day. Today, our job is simple. We make that small circle bigger, slowly, word by word, sentence by sentence. Of course, small children never translate. A child hears the word water again and again while seeing water, touching water, drinking water. The word and the meaning become one thing, directly, with no second language involved. As an adult, you cannot fully copy a child's situation, but you can train this same direct connection on purpose with simple, concrete words and sentences from your daily life. Here is something you can do right now while watching this video. Look around you. Find a simple object near you. A cup, a window, a phone, a chair. Now say the English word for that object out loud while looking directly at it. Do not think about your language. Just look and say the word. Do this with 3 or 4 objects around you right now. A cup. Say cup while looking at the cup. A window. Say window while looking at the window. This feels small, but this is exactly how direct understanding begins to grow. Not through big lessons, but through small, repeated moments like this. I will be honest with you. This will not feel completely natural on day one. Your brain has used the old translation road for a long time. Old roads do not disappear in one day. But every time you choose the picture, the feeling, the direct meaning, instead of translation, that new road becomes a little stronger, and the old road becomes a little weaker, slowly, day by day. Here is a warning I need to give you. Learners who keep translating everything for years often hit an invisible wall. They keep learning new words. Their notebook gets thicker and thicker, but their speed never improves. Their understanding never feels natural. They feel stuck at the same level, year after year, even while learning more and more words. If this sounds familiar, now you know why. It is not about how many words you know. It is about the road those words travel inside your brain. So now you understand 2 things. Slow English trains your ears with real patterns, and direct understanding, with no translation, lets those patterns connect straight to meaning. But you might be asking, how do I actually put these 2 things together, every day, in a real, simple way? That is exactly what comes next. In the next part, I will give you the exact method, a method that trains your ears and trains direct understanding, both at the same time, using the same short piece of audio. And you can start using it in just 10 minutes from now. Chapter 4. The Slow Listening Method. Let me ask you something honest. How many English videos have you watched in your life? 10? 50? Maybe hundreds? Now ask yourself something harder. How many of those videos actually changed your English? If you are like most beginners, the answer is almost none. You watched. You felt good for a moment. Then you closed the video, and nothing really stayed. Maybe you even leave English videos playing in the background while you cook, while you clean, while you scroll on your phone. The sound is there, the words are there, but your brain is somewhere else completely. Months pass. You have watched so much English, and still you feel almost the same as before. This is not because you are lazy. This is because watching is not the same as training. And today, I am going to fix this for you with one simple method. Here is the truth that changes everything. It is not about how much English you watch. It is about how you use what you watch. A video playing in the background with no plan trains almost nothing. But the exact same video, used the right way, just 3 times, can train your ears, your memory, and your mouth all at once. The method matters far more than the amount. This is good news, because it means you do not need hundreds of new videos. You need a way to use the videos you already have, the right way. Here is why this works. Your brain learns faster when the same information is used for a different purpose each time. If you listen to something once, just for fun, your brain stores a little. If you listen again, this time looking for details, your brain wakes up differently. It pays attention in a new way. And if you listen a third time, while repeating out loud, your mouth joins in too. 3 different jobs, same short audio. This is far more powerful than 3 different videos watched once each, with no real attention. I call this method the 3 listens. Let me explain each step simply, and then we will try it together, right now, with a short story. The first listen is for the big picture only. Just play the audio. Do not pause. Do not stop. Even if you miss some words, let it continue. Your only job is to understand the general idea, what is happening, who is talking, what is this about. 70 or 80% understanding is enough here. You are not failing if you miss some parts. You are simply getting your first map of the story. The second listen is for details. Now you can pause if you need to. Listen again, but this time, pay attention to specific words, specific actions, small details you missed before. Maybe a number, maybe a feeling word, maybe a small action like opening a window or drinking tea. This listen fills in the gaps from the first one. The third listen is the most powerful one. This time, after each short sentence, pause and say the sentence out loud yourself. Not perfectly, not beautifully, just try. This is where your ears and your mouth start working together. This is where listening turns into something your body remembers, not just your mind. Now let us try this together, right now, with a very short story. Listen to this. I wake up early. I open the window. The morning air feels cool. I make a cup of tea. I feel calm and happy. That is the whole story. 5 short sentences. Now, here is your first listen. Just read it again in your mind, or say it slowly, and get the general idea. Someone wakes up, opens a window, makes tea, and feels good. That is the big picture. Simple, right? Now the second listen. This time, notice the details. The person wakes up early, not just wakes up. The air feels cool, not just nice. They make tea, a cup of tea. They feel calm and happy. 2 feelings, not just one. See how much more is there once you look for it? Now the third listen. This is where you speak. Say each sentence out loud, slowly, one at a time. I wake up early. Now you say it. I open the window. Now you say it. The morning air feels cool. Now you say it. I make a cup of tea. Now you say it. I feel calm and happy. Now you say it. Even if it felt strange, even if your voice sounded quiet or unsure, you just did something most learners never do. You used the same 5 sentences 3 times, 3 different ways, in less than 2 minutes. This is the real secret. 15 focused minutes with this method, using one short story, can train your brain more than 2 hours of random watching. Not because the story is special, but because the method is. Here is something I want you to remember, especially if you have been collecting videos for months, saving lessons, bookmarking channels, always searching for the perfect one. The perfect video does not exist. What exists is a good video, used the right way. Stop searching for something better. Start using what you already have, properly. Most learners use 100 videos, one time each, and remember almost nothing. You can use one video like it is 100 and remember almost everything. So here is your challenge for today. After this video ends, go back to the very first lesson on this channel. Choose just one short part and try the 3 lessons just once today. Not 10 lessons, not a whole hour. One small part, 3 times, the right way. That is enough to start, but listening is only half of the work. You just spoke 5 sentences out loud during this video. How did that feel? A little strange? A little exciting? That feeling is the beginning of something important. In the next part, I am going to show you how to take this even further. How to turn what you hear into real spoken English, even if you live completely alone. Even if you have nobody to practice with. No excuses left. Just you, your voice, and a simple way to start speaking. Today. Chapter 5. Turn listening into speaking. A moment ago you said 5 sentences out loud. Maybe your voice felt quiet. Maybe you felt a little strange, talking to a screen, alone in your room. I want to talk about that feeling, because that feeling is the real wall for most beginners. Not grammar, not vocabulary. The fear of opening your mouth and making a mistake. The fear of someone hearing your accent. The fear of freezing when a simple question comes your way, and your mind goes empty, and your face goes red, and you just say, "Sorry, I don't speak English well," even though you understand far more than you show. Here is something you tell yourself, maybe without even noticing. I have nobody to practice with. This sounds like a small, simple fact, but it is not small. It is a quiet excuse, and it grows bigger every month you use it. At first, it feels true. Maybe it really is true, right now, today. But if you wait for the perfect speaking partner before you start speaking, you may wait forever. And every day you wait, your mouth stays untrained, while your ears slowly get a little better. This creates a strange gap. You start to understand more English, but you still cannot say it. You become a person who understands a language but cannot speak it. That gap is painful, and it grows wider every day you stay silent. So here is the truth I want you to hold today. You do not need a speaking partner to start speaking English. You need your own voice, your own room, and the same short story you already use for listening. That is enough. That is everything you need, right now. Speaking is not only about conversation with another person. Speaking is also a physical skill. It is your mouth, your tongue, your breath, learning new movements. And like any physical skill, it grows through repetition, not through waiting. Here is something powerful about how confidence actually works. Most people believe confidence comes first, and then action follows. I will speak when I feel ready. I will speak when I feel confident. But this is backwards. Confidence comes after action, not before it. You do not feel brave and then jump into cold water. You jump into cold water, and a few seconds later, you feel brave because you survived it, because your body learned it is okay. Speaking English works the same way. You do not wait to feel ready. You speak, even badly, even quietly, even alone, and slowly, action by action, confidence grows behind it. Speaking improves mainly by speaking, not by waiting, not by reading more, by speaking. So let me give you 3 simple tools. You can use all 3, starting today, completely alone. The first tool is shadowing. Take a short sentence from any slow English video, even one sentence from earlier in this video. Play it, pause it, then say it out loud, right after, trying to copy not only the words, but the rhythm, the rise and fall of the voice. Try this now, with a sentence from earlier. I feel calm and happy. Say it slowly, the way it was said before. I feel calm and happy. Notice how your voice moves up and down. That movement is part of English too, not just the words. The second tool is retelling. After you listen to a short story, do not just repeat it word for word. Instead, tell it again, in your own simple words, out loud, in 3 or 4 sentences. For example, after the morning story from earlier, you might say, out loud, right now, a person wakes up early. The person opens the window. The person makes tea and feels happy. You changed nothing important, but you used your own words, your own voice, your own memory. This is much harder than repeating, and much more powerful. The third tool is mirror talk. Stand in front of a mirror, even for 2 minutes. Look at yourself, and speak. Take the same simple patterns from your lessons, but change them to your real life. For example, take the sentence, I live in a small town. If you live in a big city, say, I live in a big city. Say it 3 times, looking at your own eyes. Now try a small morning routine for yourself. Good morning. My name is. And here, say your real name. Today I feel, and say a real feeling. Tired, happy, calm, anything true. This is not childish. This is training your mouth to say true things about your real life. In English, every single day. I want you to do something right now before you continue. Say your own name out loud, in English, just like that. My name is. Did you do it? Even quietly? Good. That tiny moment matters more than you think. Here is a hard truth, and I say it because I care about your progress. If you only listen and never speak, you are doing half of the work, and half of the work brings half of the result. You can listen for years and still freeze when someone speaks to you, because your mouth was never trained, only your ears. Listening builds the map. Speaking builds the road your feet actually walk on. One more thing before we move forward. Sometimes, once a week, record your own voice for 1 minute, speaking simple English. Then listen back. I know this feels uncomfortable. Most people hate hearing their own voice. But this small, slightly painful habit shows you something powerful over time. Not perfection, but change. Small, real change, week by week. Talking to yourself is not strange, it is training. Athletes practice alone. Musicians practice alone. And English learners can practice alone too, every single day, with no shame attached to it. Now you might be thinking, okay, I understand the listening method, and now I understand the speaking method too. But here is the real danger waiting ahead. Not a lack of method, a lack of consistency. 10 or 15 minutes a day, done again and again, beats 3 hours done once, then forgotten for 2 weeks. In the next part, I am going to show you how to build all of this, listening and speaking together, into a small daily habit. A habit that survives your busiest, most tired, most distracted days. Because a perfect method, used only once, changes nothing. A simple method, used every day, changes everything. Chapter 6. Why Small Practice Wins. I want to tell you about a pattern. Maybe you know this pattern already, because maybe you have lived it more than once. It starts with excitement. You find a new method, a new channel, a new plan. You feel motivated. You promise yourself, this time will be different. Day 1, you practice for 1 hour. You feel proud. Day 2, you practice again, maybe 40 minutes this time. Day 3, life happens. Work is busy. You are tired. You skip it, just for today. Day 4, you feel a small pinch of guilt, so you skip again, because somehow skipping once already feels like failing, and failing once feels like failing completely. Day 5, you do not even open the lesson. By day 10, the whole plan is forgotten, sitting quietly in the back of your mind, another thing you tried and could not finish. Sound familiar? This is not because you are weak. This is because the plan was built wrong from the very start. Today, we fix that. Here is the real problem. Most learners build a plan around their best day, the day they feel strong, free, full of energy. But you do not live on your best day every day. You live through tired days, busy days, sad days, days where everything feels heavy. A plan that only works on your best day is not really a plan. It is a trap, waiting to make you feel guilty on every normal day. And guilt is one of the strongest reasons people quietly give up on English forever. So here is the shift I want you to make today. Stop trying to find more time. You do not need more time. You need a smaller promise. A promise so small, so realistic, that you can keep it even on your worst day. Because here is something most people never understand about learning. Your brain does not only grow while you are studying, it also grows afterward, while you rest, while you sleep, while you are doing something completely different. The practice plants the seed, the rest helps it grow. This means small daily practice, spread across many days, builds real skill far better than long sessions done once in a while. Many short visits to the same idea, again and again, beat one long visit that never returns. Let me give you something real, something you can use starting today. I call it the Daily 15, just 15 minutes. Not 2 hours, not 1 hour. 15 minutes, divided into 3 small parts, using everything we have already talked about in this video. About 5 minutes for the first listen, just the big picture, the general story, no pausing. About 5 minutes for the second listen, this time for details, pausing if you need to, noticing small words and small actions. And about 5 minutes for the third listen, combined with shadowing and retelling, your voice, your mouth, working together with your ears. One short story, one topic, 15 minutes. That is the whole plan. Here is something important. If you miss a day, you do not need to do 30 minutes the next day to make up for it. You do not double up. You do not punish yourself. You simply continue, the next day, with the same 15 minutes, on a new topic. Missing one day is normal. It happens to everyone. It happens to me. It will happen to you. The only real danger is not missing one day. The real danger is missing one day, feeling guilty, and using that guilt as a reason to stop completely. One missed day is nothing. A pattern of quitting is everything. I also want to talk about comparison, because comparison quietly destroys so many learners. You watch someone speak English smoothly, confidently, and you think, I will never be like that. But here is what you do not see. You do not see their day 5. You do not see their early mistakes, their quiet practice, their tired days. You are comparing your day 5 to their year 5, and that comparison is not fair to you. It was never fair. From today, your only real competition is yesterday's version of you. Not strangers online, not confident speakers in videos. Just you, yesterday, and you, today. Did you do your 15 minutes today? That is the only question that matters. Think about brushing your teeth. Nobody saves brushing for one long session, once a week, for 2 hours. That would not work. The small daily habit is what protects your teeth, day after day, without you even thinking about it much. English practice can become the same kind of habit. Small, daily, almost automatic after some time. Now imagine a tired evening. You come home. Your body feels heavy. Your mind feels empty. On a day like this, the daily 15 can shrink even smaller. Maybe today, you only do the first listen, just 5 minutes, just the big picture. That is okay. That is still something. That is still better than nothing. The goal on hard days is not to do everything. The goal is to not break the habit completely. Picture a calendar, 30 days, with small marks on the days you practiced. Maybe some days are empty. Maybe 4 or 5 days have no mark at all. But look at the rest of the calendar. 25 days, maybe more, with small marks, small proofs, small moments of 15 minutes each. That calendar, with a few gaps, still holds more real practice than most people manage in an entire year. Most people do nothing and feel bad about it quietly. For years, you would have 25 real days, 25 small steps forward. So here is your small commitment for today. Not a big promise, a small, honest one. Think about your day, right now. When could your daily 15 happen? Maybe with your morning coffee, maybe during lunch, maybe right before bed. When the day is finally quiet, choose one moment. Just one. Hold that moment in your mind for a second. Most learners do not fail because the method is wrong. They fail because they skip day 4, feel ashamed, and never try day 5. You now know the method. You know the daily 15. You know that missing one day is not the end. The only thing left now is the picture of what this small daily habit can actually become after real time passes. In the final part of this video, I want to show you exactly that. What your English could look like after just 30 days of this small, simple habit, and exactly what to do the moment this video ends. Chapter 7. Start your new English life. I want to ask you something, a real question, not a comfortable one. Imagine it is exactly 1 year from today. Same date, same time of day. You open your phone, and there is another English video waiting for you. What happens next? Do you feel that same small fear in your chest? Do you still freeze when someone talks fast? Do you still smile and say yes, even when the answer should be no? Or has something changed? Do not answer too quickly. Sit with that question for a moment, because the honest answer tells you something important about today. Right now, in this exact moment, you are standing on a line. On one side of that line, there is a path you already know very well. You walked it last year. You walked it the year before that too. On this path, you watch videos, you feel excited for a few days, and then life gets busy again. You tell yourself, I will start tomorrow. I will start next week. I will start when things are calmer. This path feels safe because it is familiar. But 1 year from now, on this path, you will feel exactly the same as today. Same fear, same silence, same quiet voice whispering, maybe English is just not for me. On the other side of that line, there is a different path. This path is not magic. It is not easy, but it is small and it is simple. On this path, you take everything from this video and you actually use it. The daily 15 from a moment ago. 3 listens, speaking out loud, even alone in your room. Small steps, repeated every day for 30 days. 1 month from now on this path, something will be different. Not perfect English, not everything, but something real. Picture this for a second. 30 days from now, you watch a simple video, just like this one, and without forcing yourself, without that old panic, you follow most of the story. Not every single word, but most of it. Right now, today, that might feel impossible, but it is only 30 short days away, 15 minutes at a time. Picture one more thing. 30 days from now, someone asks you a simple question. What is your name? Where are you from? What do you do? And instead of that old freeze, that old empty feeling in your mind, words come out. Maybe not perfect words, but your words. No translation standing in the middle, just you, speaking. Notice something important about these two paths. Both of them take exactly the same amount of time. 30 days will pass, either way. 1 year will pass, either way. Time does not stop for you, and it does not wait for you. The only real question is, what do you do with that time while it passes? Let us bring everything together now, because every chapter in this video leads to one simple idea. From chapter 1, you are not weak, you are untrained. From chapter 2, slow English is the training step your brain needs before fast English ever makes sense. From chapter 3, direct understanding, with no translation, connects English straight to meaning, straight to feeling. From chapter 4, the 3 listens turn one short story into real training, not background noise. From chapter 5, speaking is something your mouth learns through repetition, and you can train it completely alone. And from chapter 6, small daily practice. The daily 15 beats long sessions that never actually happen. None of these ideas need money. None of them need a special book or a perfect teacher standing beside you. They need one thing only. They need you to start. And this is the harsh part. You do not need motivation. Motivation is not reliable. It comes and goes, like weather, strong one day, gone the next. If you wait for motivation, you might wait forever, because motivation does not wait for anyone. What you actually need is simpler and harder at the same time. Start now, before motivation runs out. Not when you feel ready, not when life slows down. Now, today, while this feeling from this video is still warm inside you. Before this video ends, I want to give you one small task. Think honestly about English. What is the one thing that scares you the most? Maybe it is talking on the phone. Maybe it is being laughed at. Maybe it is simply that feeling of going blank in front of someone. Whatever it is, write it down. Not in your head, somewhere real. A comment, a note on your phone, a line in your notebook. Right now, that fear lives quietly inside you, with no shape, no name. The second you write it down, it becomes smaller. It becomes something you can actually train against, step by step, starting tomorrow. One more thing before you go. This channel is not disappearing. New lessons, new stories, more slow English. They are coming, one step at a time, and you do not have to walk this alone. You just watched this entire video, from the first word to this one. Most people do not. That already says something about you. It says some part of you is tired of staying the same. The next step is not big or scary. It is small, just like everything else we talked about today. 15 minutes. One short story. A few words said out loud, in your own voice, in your own room. Today is the line. One side feels familiar, but it leads nowhere new. The other side is small and simple, and it leads somewhere different. You were never the problem. The method was missing. Now it is not. The only thing left is you, deciding, right now, which side of this line you want to be standing on, when this date comes around again next year. Before you close this video, I want to ask you for a few small things. Nothing big, just like everything else today. First, in the comments, write that one word, the fear we just talked about. Or, if you are ready for more, simply write the word yes, meaning yes, I will try the daily 15 for the next 30 days. Typing those words is your very first step, the first action of your new habit, starting while you are still here. Second, think about someone else for a moment. Right now, somewhere, there is a person feeling exactly the way you felt at the start of this video. Confused, tired, a little ashamed maybe. If this video helped you, even a little, press the like button. It costs you nothing, but it helps this video reach that person, the same way you were, just 1 hour ago. Third, think about your own life. Is there someone you know, a friend, a sister, a brother, maybe your own child, who struggles with English the same way you used to? Not everyone, just one person. Send this video to that one person, not because it is perfect, but because it might be exactly what they need to hear today. And finally, if you want to keep walking this path, press subscribe. It is not just a button. It is how you make sure you find your way back here for the next lesson and the one after that, step by step, together. You came into this video feeling stuck. I hope you leave it feeling something else. Not finished, not perfect, but ready. Ready for 15 small minutes, today. Ready for one short story, today. Ready to take one small step onto a path that feels a little different from last year. Thanks for watching this video.